What up guys, Beerthroat here and welcome to my week 6 update video. So a few things before we get started. I did record all these clips in full screen, so if you let the video buffer for about 12 seconds or so, and if you watch it in full screen, the quality should be better. Now I did this full screen on about a 27-inch monitor, so the quality may be better if you have a bigger monitor. I don't know. I've got to fucking play around with this shit. QuickTime is really shitty when it comes to editing these videos. I would like to do live clips in here, but I can't at the moment. I got a lot done this week, so a lot of this shit should be interesting enough. Made some goals. Hope you enjoy. So, started off the week doing Slayer, uh, and let's see, yep, I ended up getting a rare drop from these guys, Mystic Gloves. That's like a 1 in 512 chance. So, yeah, pretty nice. Then I noticed I had 50 fire making and I could burn some shades. So I made some maple pyre logs with leftover sacred oil that I had, killed some Ryle shades, and burned some of their corpses. And I got into this routine of I'd bring 13 shades and 13 logs, burn them, take the keys, open up the chests, and then kill the shades while I was there, collect more corpses, and by that time the minigame teleport to Shades of Morton will have renewed. So here's my first trip. Taking up the loot here. Now, when you're burning these shades, you have no chance of getting the Amulet of the Damned. You need to have open silver chests to get Amulets of the Damned, and you don't get silver chests until you have at least 65 fire making, well, silver keys. So at this point that wasn't an option. So I decided to wing it anyways and see what kind of loot I would get from uh, the Ryle shades. Another advantage to doing the Ryle shades is the logs, the maple logs, only require 3 doses of sacred oil, while yew logs or magic logs require 4. So it's a little bit of a trade-off there. But I did end up getting a very important item, and that is the Flamitar, or whatever it's called, bag. Flamatier, tire, whatever it is. So that can store timber beams, swamp paste, and limestone bricks, which is very useful in building the temple. And it's a much needed update to that minigame because before, when you'd build the temple, you'd only have space to bring along a few oils, and then the rest of your inventory would be filled up with building supplies. So you really couldn't bless a lot of oils at once. So here's the cash I got from just from the Alks, from about 26 shades, and I got about 4K coins along with that. So 20K in 2 trips, not the best, but that doesn't include the value of items like fine cloth and that Flamitar bag. So I got more fine cloth, speaking of the devil, and that means I can buy split bark armor. Now, it is pretty inexpensive to get, but right now I just I don't have the money for it. Any money that I get, my goal was to save it up for a dragon battle axe first and then a dragon mace afterwards. So that was my priority. I was making money whatever way I can so that I could afford those two things. So everything else had to wait. So here's the final chest, the fourth and final trip of doing Ryle Shades, and it did help out my bank a bit. I didn't really get any big ticket items other than that bag, but those alks, they add up, and those coin loots and everything, every little bit helps out as Ironman. So yeah, I'm glad I did it. I got a few prayer levels. I believe I got 45 prayer just from burning Ryle Shade, so I went from 43 to 45. Yeah, so pretty good. Definitely worth my time. Glad I did that. Good combat experience with that salve amulet too. So here's a lost tribe quest. I ended up getting a blue dragon's task and like, oh shit, I need a bone crossbow for that shit. So I ended up doing Lost Tribe, and right afterwards I did Death to the Dorshung, which I forgot to record apparently. So I started using it out on blue dragons as bone crossbow, and it was complete shit. So I gave up on that and went back to questing. I wanted proselyte armor, so I had to start the whole quest chain for proselyte armor. So here's the wanted quest. I got that done. I didn't. It wasn't really an annoying quest, but I didn't realize till later just how much of my law runes it ate up. Because currently I am fucking low on law runes. So that quest was out of the way. Sea Slug, a very short, good quest, and gives a moderate amount of fishing experience, which ultimately ended up helping me out in a later goal of mine in this video, which I did also achieve. So there's Sea Slug. Now Slug Menace. This is where you get the proselyte armor. And finally, this stupid initiate armor is so weak, the proselyte armor is just on a whole nother level. And so after I got the proselyte armor, I ended up doing Tarn's Lair, and I uploaded a video of that. And I enchanted my salve amulet. So that was a double whammy. Good step there. And so after I got my amulet, my plan was to get 65 fire making, but in order to do that at Wintertot I needed a lot of food. So I decided to get 53 fishing and 53 cooking at Shiloh Village, fishing trout and salmon. So I did the Shiloh Village quest as you saw earlier, and why did I get 53? Well, because 53 fishing and cooking is also a requirement for the Heroes quest, which you need to fish and cook lava eels. So I just set that as my goal. I knew I'd have plenty of food, or more than enough food for Wintertot. So here's me cooking the last of the shit. I forgot I just got 53 cooking there. I ended up getting 54 after I cooked the rest of the salmon. And I don't know on what kill or whatever, but I ended up getting a double loot. I got a chest, and what else did I get? The torch, the Burma torch, which is kind of useless for me since I've got the Kandrin helm, which is also acts as a light source. But yeah, and I got fucking burnt pages too, so I got like a triple loot. Like, I don't know how fucking rare that is, but yeah, I got pretty lucky at Wintertot, as you'll see. Um, yeah, so I got the hood too in another triple loot, and the whole time I'm there, I just hear people complaining about, oh, I haven't gotten this piece, oh, I haven't gotten this piece, blah blah blah. And I don't really care whether or not I got the pieces. I'm glad that I did. I just wanted the fire making levels and some U logs, really. So I didn't have 60 woodcutting yet, but I got a few U logs from Wintertot. So I was able to gather some Asian shades, or Asian, whatever. Um, got some more sacred oil, and when I got my 65 fire making, I was finally able to burn those shades and get some silver keys. Now these shades actually give silver and black keys, low level silver keys and high level black keys. So this is one you'll see what'll happen later, but I'm very glad that I did this. So here's my first trip. I did a total of 2 trips. That's pretty much all the. I only had enough U-logs to do 2 trips, and immediately right off the bat, the alkables are way better. A Flamatar hammer alks for, I don't know, like 8k or 7k, something like that. And then boom, rune longsword, 22k or 20k right there. So that alone made it worth it right there. That rune longsword was worth as much as 2 trips of burning Ryle shades. And so here's my second trip after getting another set of keys. And oh my fuck, I got the Amulet of the Damned. I was not expecting that. Oh my god, this. It's got the same stats as a fucking glory. This is next level shit right here. I've got Dragon, and I've got Amulet of the Glory. And I got a fucking hard clue scroll too in 1 trip. I don't know how many keys that was, but it wasn't a lot. There's no way I could do it. I didn't even have any of this shit. nonetheless a rune heraldic helm, so I dropped that shit. Um, so let's see. I got 2 fine cloths, 3 fine cloths, amulet of the damned, hard clue scroll, rune med helm, just fucking on fire. And what is this last thing? More blood runes. So I'm so glad I spent the time to get that shit. And look at that cash right there. Just 10k cash, just on the side too. So yeah, this really helped out. Getting 65 fire making is a huge shortcut to getting a glory or a glory equivalent. You don't get the teleports, but you do get the same stats. And so I bought some nature runes at Mage Bank, and this is what I ended up. You'll see what I'll end up making here, but from 2 trips, um, after spending money on nature runes and all the rest, I bought about 80 nature runes or 70 nature runes. I ended up profiting 50 or 60k. Yeah, I believe it was 60k, as you'll see here, as my cash stack will be around 111k. So I'm more than halfway there to a dragon battle axe, which will really help me out with my training. So in order to do the hero's quest, I had one last requirement, which was 50 mining, and I was 49 when I started mining this. So it really didn't take much time at all, maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I also made a guide, which I will upload later in the week. Um, yeah, really no problem getting that done. And then there's a hero's quest. I just looked on the Runescape forums for the bandit part of the quest, immediately found a guy, PM'd him, and we got the quest done, and that part of the quest done, and I think I finished the quest, the entire quest itself, maybe less than 30 minutes. And I got a bunch of levels from it. Yeah, really good quest, a big milestone to get out of the way. If I had a glory, I could charge the glories here, but I guess you can also charge them in the wilderness. Um, but yeah, I remember back in the day when I first did this quest, I was really excited to get the dragon mace. Unfortunately, I'd love to buy it now, but I need the dragon battle axe is a bigger priority. Um, so yeah, I'll get that later. Um, so yeah, that's the end of the clips for this video. What I'm going for now is I need 60 wood cutting so I can cut my own U-logs, so I can actually have U-logs to burn shades with. So I still only have an Addy axe now. I've been debating whether to get favor in Core End for to get access to the woodcutting guild when I do get 60, so I can buy a rune axe, but I figured I'd get a rune axe from a shade chest anyways, so I'm debating between the two. But a little fireside chat, I know when I first started making these progress videos, like, I was all over the place and I made statements like I'd only play 2.5 hours a day, blah blah blah, and it's just not possible for Ironman. Like, so much shit gets in your way. So I haven't been able to play every day this week. I only played 3 or 4 days out of this week from last Sunday. But I played a lot today and yesterday. So I believe I only played 4 days. I may have only played 3 days of this week, but I averaged probably 6 hours between those 3 days. So yeah, because I maybe played an hour and a half or an hour on Thursday. So yeah, uh, average 6 hours a day. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next update video. Bye.